Good afternoon, Raider Nation. Let's get ready for some Red Raider baseball at Red Raider Field. I want to welcome you to this Thursday afternoon as the Red Raiders are hosting the Benedictine Cadets out of Savannah. And the first pitch was just thrown, and the second one. 1 ball and 1 strike on number 19. We'll get a roster here in just a moment. I want to thank Raider Nation for joining us this afternoon, myself and Carson Taylor on the horn. We'll get down with some lineups and other things in just a moment. Cooper Brown on the mound today for the Raiders. Strike on that inside corner. The Raiders went to Savannah and took one 4-2 from the Cadets. Max Preps has them ranked number 1 in AA. I'm not sure what AJC has them. He rings him up on the outside corner just off the plate, but if he'll give us that call, man, it's going to be a long night for the Cadets. Strikeout for the leadoff batter. That was outside the black, but again, umpires have different tastes, and we'll come to find out this game is, if he works the same side, works the plate for both teams. Hopefully he will be consistent. Big curveball misses on that outside corner for number 8 for the Cadets. Want to welcome those of you from Savannah that are joining us on the NFHS network, powered by Play on Sports, but most importantly brought to you by BCTV Productions. We are a component of the Engineering and Technology Department and STEM pathway at Bacon County High School. My name is Brent Johnson. I've already mentioned I'm with Carson Taylor, a student who's producing, and he's going to be talking whether he likes it or not. Man, he did a fantastic job last week. Strike on that outside corner as he paints it. Cooper Brown has pitched extremely well as a junior this year, and the games that he's lost, it's really the defense that struggled in a few of those innings that really caused the problems. So we're hoping to shore up some things there and get this young man a big win tonight. See if we can't sweep the Cadets in region play. This ball is hit off his fist. It could be trouble, though. It's probably going to fall for a C&I single is what I would call that. You throw a great pitch and then a batter just fights it off. That's all you can say. Speaking of region play, the Raiders are 4-3, and Benedictine is 6-1. And again, those 3 games that we lost, we allowed teams to come from behind and beat us. So we had opportunities to take care of business and were unable to. Overall record for the Raiders is a humbling 10-11 at the moment, while the Cadets are 15-5. It's a good pitch on that low outside corner. Got a little scouting report earlier this afternoon. The Cadets, even though we've already played them, a little top heavy. First 2 or 3 batters is 1 through 4 is the meat of their order, and then as a lot of teams, typically in the lower part of the batting order, you don't have quite the tenacity, but these are the leaders of this team. The first 2 or 3 batters, and then after that, you can kind of manage it. They do have a pitcher that's going to be on the mound tonight. I believe he's a lefty that's supposed to be the real deal, or they expect him to be the real deal. He's only a freshman from what I understand, and colleges are already looking at him. All-speed pitch on that outside corner just catches him looking. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at first. Carson, you get ready to go around the horn and tell us who all's on on defense, okay? Anytime, you just plug away right now.
Then we got Mason on shortstop, along with Chase on Mason on third, Chase on shortstop. It's like Jacob Smith on second, got Caleb Housen on first. Adam Newberry in left field, and Wes Livingston in center.
Strike 3.
I'm not too sure who's in right.
Second out of the inning. I'm going to interrupt you right there. That's the second strikeout of the inning as well. All right, Carson, finish this up there. Right field.
Now coming to bat, number 21, Johnny Richardson. On deck, number 11.
I can't tell either, and that's sad. I don't have a lineup in front of me.
It's like it may be Drake Miles. I'm not sure. Looks like his glove.
Look like his stature, too. Strike on that outside corner. Cooper looking sharp. Again, other than the little C&I single blooper to left field, he has started out strong here for the Red Raiders. A quick move to first, keeping the young man honest there. Light crowd this afternoon. I suspect they'll come trickling in. We did have a tennis match locally here. And there he goes to second on an off-speed pitch, and he's got him. Oh, no. Ball was there. We just couldn't get the tag on him. What a great throw by the young catcher. And I just didn't think he would have a chance because of the off-speed pitch. But the Cadets took a chance there, rolled the dice, and have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Ball is hammered into center. Looks like Wes is making a play, looking back into the sunshine. Folks, you just don't understand how tough a run and catch that is for a center fielder in this ballpark. But nonetheless, takes care of business. 4 up, 3 down. Again, the bloop single with 2 strikeouts by Cooper Brown. I can't go any further we're going to take a real quick break, but I want to thank our title sponsors for the athletic school year, starting with Mr. Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales, with Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply, Miss Lisa Coley, and Doctors Hutto and McQuaig at Family Vision Care. We'll take a quick break and back in just a moment. Red Raiders come out here in the bottom of the first inning. Wes Livingston, the winning pitcher for the Red Raiders on Tuesday night. And there's strike one. Whoa, maybe ball high. Maybe a little high there for ball one by the lefty. Again, this is so we can get this guy's name. And I apologize for you in Savannah. No disrespect. When we got up here, I didn't have a roster here in front of me. Got it late. Got a kid that I know for a fact. He beats now Statesboro is not a powerhouse by no means, but early in the year he beats Statesboro with a no-hitter, and I think he had 17 strikeouts. And I don't care how good a team is, you have 17 strikeouts, that's something to be said. This ball is going to be hit foul by Wes. It was a 3-2 count by the leadoff hitter. Wes with a lot of speed. Don't see anything really overpowering by the young man just yet, but I'm sure he places the ball well. Carter Holton, I think, he has a nice little wrinkle to that curveball over the plate. It's going to be out one as Wes gives it a go there down the line. It's going to bring Newberry to the plate. I've mentioned, matter of fact, in West Livingston, one of the first games we broadcast this season, West Livingston, he's a ball player. You think of a baseball player, he's a ball player. This kid right here, he is too now. This Newberry, he's the youngest of 3 brothers that's come through here, and he might be the most talented. I know his oldest brother was pretty doggone athletic. But as far as a ball player, Adam is going to be a shallow fly ball to right field for the out there, if you can't quite see it in my camera. We don't move the camera much, folks. Those of you looking in, brand new from Savannah. Number one is we have a producer on the computer, and I'm standing here beside it, and I can't video and talk at the same time. I can't video games, period. I get too wrapped up in the game. So we're a little wide here, and you'll get most of the field. Try to get from first to third, and we'll describe what happens any further right or left. A few more folks trickling in from Savannah. This ball is lifted in the right field out of play. This is Houston comes to the plate, just a sophomore. Again, if the Raiders, it looks to me like if the Raiders early here can be patient with the young man and can hit that little curveball, this could be trouble because Houston can move. That ball, there's a lot of spin on that ball because when it hit his glove, it just kicked off. I don't know if he would have got him anyway. That's a tough call for the scorekeeper. I think it's a base hit because I know that Houston, as big a man as he is, he can put him up and down.
Number 24, Dalton Anderson, be looking for your bat.
14's coming to the plate. Jake Elrod, he is a junior as well. Just a little low, I believe. I tell you, the young man hasn't thrown very many strikes. Maybe only 4 or 5 in the zone. Low and inside. Typical, with a left-handed pitcher, you'll see more off-speed type pitches than you do just brute fastballs. And it's like what we're seeing here from this young man. And again, a young man, freshman. That's off that outside corner. We were discussing that outside corner call in the top of the first inning, and he's going to be consistent. And that ball saw some of the plate, and Elrod pushed it out of play to the right field there. 2-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Runner at first. Quick little flip over there. Swing and a miss on that outside corner. A little too far outside. It's going to end the inning with a strikeout. And we're going to head to the top of the second, 0-0. We'll take another quick break. On our sponsors will be back in just a moment. Jacob Martin coming to the plate.
Number 5, Garrett Hoyt. Look for your back.
Holton Hart next up for the Cadets.
One ball, one strike.
Inside corner for strike. What a great pitch that was.
One ball and 2 strikes.
I mean, even if he'd swung at it, Carson, he'd have handcuffed him. You know, he wouldn't have been able to do anything with it. If he could pour another one right there, he's going outside, looks like. Curveball. Oh, no.
That was just a bad hop for Mason.
Well, you got to find a way to knock that down. You may not be able to. I mean, I guess if you knock it down and don't throw him out, it's still sort of an infield hit. But you're right. You got to have some courage, man. Third base is a tough place to play. So I'm not knocking anybody for standing over there.
20, John Thorpe.
Base hit.
Number 5, Garrett Hoyt. Number 4,
Thorpe to the plate.
be looking for your back.
Runner at first. That sun really coming down now. You can see we installed some netting, or a shading, I should say. It's a net, sort of. It creates a shade, and you can see it on the field right there. It's not quite as effective as it will be in another couple weeks, I think, but during this time of the day. But you can see it's about to engulf the pitcher's mound. Oh, had him leaning. Throw it down there, son. I know you risk throw it in the outfield, but I think a good solid throw there gets him. Big lead there off first, as you can see on the right side of your screen. By the way, if you're at home or wherever watching this, maybe you're watching it on your iPad specifically or your phone, you can actually take your thumbs and zoom into this video while it's happening. So if you want to see a little bit better, like the batter and the pitch, just take your thumbs and pull outward, and you can zoom in and watch it temporarily there, and you can let it go and move it around a bit. It's a neat feature, watching it on your smart device.
Runner on first.
This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Wes going to drift in, makes the play for the first out of the inning.
One away. Now batting is number 5, Garrett Hoyt.
Garrett Hoyt, number 5.
H-O-Y-D.
Hoyd, I'm sorry. Ooh. Nice play by Houston as that ball was high and away. Kept the runner from advancing. That ball might have left the field of play. It was a little high. Nice pitch on that outside corner. If they hadn't figured it out yet, they're going to. That
Low and 1. 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on
umpire likes that outside corner, or really off the plate. I guess we get on a scouting report. This guy likes to run. Strike, as he doesn't get his bat back in time. Either way, I think it was a thrown strike anyway. Again, Cooper Brown is, I've said already, he's pitched very solid all season long. Again, I think it's the defense that sort of let him down on occasions. Just ring him up. Third strikeout of the night in 2 innings for Cooper.
2 outs. You have 2 away here. Coming to bat. Coming to bat's number 4, Trent Broadnax. And we have 2 away. On deck will be Ron Dean, number 12.
There he goes, and when he's brought his glove, trying to get it out of his glove to his throwing hand, it slipped out. Second stolen base for the Cadets. Another runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Just a little high. Ooh, must have been just a little low because that had the zone. Ball is lifted into right field. Should be in play for the right fielder. Makes the play. No harm, no foul with the base hit and stolen base. We're going to head to the bottom of the second inning. Raiders looking to open this thing up. We're going to take another quick break on the NFHS Network. Leading off the inning, Cooper Brown. He's trying to help himself here as the starting pitcher of record for the Raiders. He takes strike one over the middle. Again, nothing unorthodox about this left-handed pitcher. Pretty straightforward. Got a not quite three-quarter motion where he releases the ball, but he's pretty consistent with that. I hadn't seen him drop down yet. Good-looking kid on the mound, I will say that. This ball is lifted into just out of play, and as a defender wants to do, anytime it's outside that white line and inside the fence, you want to catch it, keep that batter from having another opportunity. So easy out there for the Cadets. It's going to bring Anderson to the plate for the Red Raiders. Looking out at the flag, and it's not moving much, but if it is, it's slightly left toward left field and out. Oh, nice little curveball on that inside corner. This pitcher may be settling in. I said earlier in that first inning he didn't throw but just a handful of pitches over the plate. This ball is drilled in the center, but it's unfortunately right to him. Can of corn. Second out of the inning. This game's going rather quickly, which is not a big problem other than the fact there's no runs being scored by the Red Raiders yet. About a 2-hour bus ride for the Cadets to Alma, Georgia.
Followed by number 7, Chase Kirkland.
Last year, the Cadets were eliminated by Elbert County, the team that we faced in the semifinal rounds. We went up and just about got it done. This is Jacob Smith at the plate, second baseman. This ball is lifted into right field for a base. Oh, no. I got a little ahead of myself. I'm sorry. I thought the ball charged off the bat a little bit further than that. But 3 up, 3 down for the Red Raiders. We quickly go to the top half of the third inning. I want to take just a moment again to mention our sponsors, and you're seeing some commercials here that we gladly do for them. They have signed up for the whole athletic school year, from football, softball, basketball, baseball, and anything else in between that we do live and on demand. And I want to thank them for that. Encourage you to buy local, whether it's from these vendors, and there's tons of other local businesses that support us and support our local athletics, from recreation ball all the way up through varsity level. And just encourage you, if possible, to buy local and support these people that support our young people in our community. I was fortunate again today to be able to participate in the Special Olympics. For the past 9 years, the 9th year that I've been a part of this with Miss Melissa Taylor, who coordinates the local chapter for the Special Olympics. What I do is I take my TSA students / engineering students, and we volunteer on a voluntary basis to support our local athletes throughout our district, which would be primary through high school. And what my kids do is they volunteer to go, and they're the partner for that athlete for the day. They follow them around, take them to where they need to be, support them, cheer them on, and just and their friend for the day. And what a time they had. What a great job they did today, just as every other group we've had in the past. And I tell them at school, and especially on days like today, I feel like we're here to serve one another, and this is a great opportunity for our local students to have an opportunity to do something that maybe take them out of their comfort zone, to work with students with special needs, whether it's a physical, an emotional, or a mental disability. And this ball is chopped to our shortstop, and it is a boot.
So he hit right off the back of his glove.
Yeah, but he kind of hit off the heel of his glove, but it was kind of sort of a routine play there. Sometimes you look up. Sometimes those routine plays can become – you can make them difficult in your mind. But nonetheless, we got the leadoff batter on with no outs here. Number 19 coming to the plate, Carter. But again, I'll talk more about the Special Olympics in just a moment. Outside corner, just out of his zone. But we had hosted the last 4 or 5 years here in Alma, and we were invited to go to Pierce County. And, man, they had a really good setup there, and I'll describe that in a moment. There's a ball 2 on the outside corner, maybe a little high. Ball is chopped down that right side. Great play by the coach. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Again, runner at first, and every runner they've had at first thus far, they have attempted to steal and have been successful. They're 2 for 2, and you got to think this kid's going to test the waters as well with no outs. There he goes, and we're going. Ooh, I tell you what, he turned to go. He didn't have a real big lead. So he must be fast if he's going to take off from there.
It's like he hesitated a little bit.
But as a catcher, what a great play here. Oh, no, we got to get one, and he's not. Son of a gunny. Oh, we got Butterfingers here. And you know, I talked about it earlier. Cooper's had he's pitched tremendous this season, but our defense at times have just hurt him, and this is hurting us right now here in the in the top of the third. We got 2 on with no outs now, and should be 2 outs with nobody on. But let's get back to the Special Olympics. We were called last week and invited over to participate with them, and you know, there's not too many things that I can agree on with Pierce County as a Red Raider fan. But I promise you this, Bacon County and Pierce County, excuse me, we're on the same page today as we were all supporting those Special Olympians. And what a day it was. And they were just really, really gracious hosts to us. They had us outnumbered 3-1 with athletes and people that were helping out. And they just did a fantastic job hosting that event. And I want to give them a shout out for that. All right, here we go. A little trouble for the Red Raiders. There's attempted bunt. It's going to be foul down the line. If it,
And it's a foul ball.
runners in motion, so that would have been difficult. Been a tough play there for Mason. He would have had to thrown it across the diamond to get the runner at first. Probably see another attempt here. A little small ball with no outs. Picard at the plate now for the Cadets. Squares the bunt, and he drops it down. That's a good one. Mason's going to have to fire to first. Another error.
Runner's going to hold at third.
A low throw. So now suddenly with 3 errors in a row, we're going to have 3 runners on, bases loaded, no outs. The only thing that does do is it keeps the force in play. You know, if you can, you got to look at a positive after 3 errors in one inning. You have to look at it that way. You know, we have the force at home or in any bag. Early ball game here, but you got to think that runs are going to be of a short supply in this game. And this ball is hammered into right field, and it's over his head.
It's going to at least score 2 runners, possibly 3. So just.
And this is that's what happens when you can't get it done defensively. Then they make you pay. It's quickly 3-0 for the Cadets here in the top of the third.
3-0. Batting now is number 21, Johnny Richards. On deck, number 11, Jacob Market.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's correct. It's 2-0. It was only a double. We held them, and I was really surprised. They got it in really quickly. I thought he had a chance to catch that ball, but again, he's looking right back into the sun, and that's just a difficult play with the angle of the ball. I don't know if that was the factor or it was just a little deeper than I anticipated. This ball is hit to Kirkland, and he throws it over the plate. That's the 4th error of the inning. That's the 3rd run. 4th run, excuse me.
Small errors like that means big trouble.
Well, you know, and there's no point in me harping on it because the more I talk about it, I teach these kids at school, and they're athletes and they're good kids, and I never throw anyone under the bus intentionally. But, you know, when you're talking about baseball, you know, errors will absolutely kill you, and especially routine-type plays. Of course, you know, after you make one error, and then it's in the back of your mind, and you put a little more pressure on yourself, and that's the way the game is. And again, we're talking about 15, 16-year-old boys out here, literally because of the youth of our team. But again, you know, there comes a time you got to, you know, just got to make a play. You know, to nothing else. Right here, we want to make a play just to stop the bleeding. There's still no outs, and 4 runs have crossed the plate. Back to near the top of the lineup here. Ball on the outside corner again. I think Cooper's done everything he could here to make things happen. We scored 4 runs relatively early in Savannah the other night and only allowed 2. But all 4 of these runs are unearned. There's a push bunt down that right field line. Again, no outs. They can play some small ball, move this guy over. Who's up at the plate, Carson? Number 11?
Jacob, I can't read that last name.
And that's going to be a strike. Should be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just trying to get an out somehow, some way here. Ball is hit sharply.
Another hard.
You got a ball that takes a hop off the grass. Another awkward comes up to his shoulder. You know, I would give him, you know, closer to an infield hit there. It's just unfortunate. It's just adding up here on us. But tough play. You got to try to knock that ball down. But either way, it likely would have been an infield hit even if he'd got his glove on it. Just another tough play. The Cadets are just taking advantage. And what this does is frustrates the pitcher. Strike on that outside corner. He probably tries to press a little bit and do some things maybe he wouldn't ordinarily do, which may compound the issue. No outs. 2 runners on base again. Another possible bunt opportunity, but we're at the top of the lineup here. This guy's swinging away, I'm sure. Thorpe at the plate.
Number 4, Trent Broughton. Be thinking about it.
And another bunt attempt. He'll keep working that outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. He may even try again with no outs. Again, Cadets are 6-1 in region play. Raiders are 4-3. And there's the perfect bunt there. Got the wheel.
Calls him safe. Runner's going to go. So we'll score another one for the Cadets. Runners on first and third now.
Yeah, I think that's the 6th error of this inning. If I'm counting correctly, I know it's 5, if not 6. 5 runs on the board. I think now I believe, and again, I'm just rubbing alcohol in the wound, but I think everybody but the pitchers had an error in the infield this inning. But here's the deal. Here's the positive, and I promise you, I'm as positive as a Red Raider fan as you'll find. It's 5-0, but folks, it's only in the top of the third, and I know what our bats are capable of doing. So this game's not over by no means. Now, definitely, we need to stop the bleeding right here. Really can't afford to give up. Finally, get that one out. We can't afford to give up any more runs, but with only 1 out and a runner at third, it may take a small miracle. But we'll see what happens here. Need a pop-up. Strikeout. Cooper can ring up another one here. He's got 3 strikeouts in these 3 early innings. Number 5 comes to the plate.
I believe that's Garrett Hoyd.
Hoyd. And there's another bunt, and it's going to be successful. They're going to get a run scored. They're going to get an out at first. You got to trade outs for runs here. You just got to get out of this inning.
It's going to bring the score 6-0 in the Cadets' favor. Ball a little outside. It's going to bring the count to 2-2.
Rung him up on that outside corner. Let's see if we can get a throw there. We do. We're going to end the inning. However, 6 runs posted by the Cadets. We move to the bottom of the third. We'll take a break. We're back. Bottom of the third. Mason Michael with a chance. We just need to chip away at this thing. We don't have to score 6 runs. He don't have to swing like we need all 6. Quickly strike 1 there on the first pitch of the inning. Raiders have not looked well at the plate the last 2 innings, which is not encouraging as this young lefty begins to settle in. This ball is thrown over the plate. He fouls it out of play. Quickly 2 strikes now on young Mason, a freshman for the Red Raiders. Just need to chip away at this lead. If we can just get 1 or 2 runs here or more.
Freshman against freshman.
Outside corner. Got a gun here in the booth, averaging a young man. And I was told, that little scouting report I got, this ball is, can it get down? And it does. Base hit by Michael, and he's got some speed. He's going to take a wide turn there, and he's dangerous on the base path. It's going to bring Kirkland to the plate and with a lot of speed. That's just what the doctor ordered there for the Red Raiders. Was told this young man averages 82, 83. He tops out around 85, 86. Very smooth-looking young man on the mound. Doesn't really look like he's bringing it that quick. You can tell when he bears down on it a little bit. He comes a little bit harder with his motion. But good-looking lefty. He brought it there. Of course, his leg is he's in the stretch motion here, and he's coming a little bit faster. This ball is lifted out of place. Quickly 2 strikes now on the young Kirkland, sophomore. I was talking to one of the guys up in the booth here. There can't be another team in our region with any younger roster than ours, top to bottom, with freshmen, saturated with freshmen and sophomores, and then just a handful of juniors. No senior on the team. This ball is lifted into left field. I believe he was playing just shallow enough. They had him played well, had him scouted right to make the play. It's going to be 1 out. Mason unable to advance. It's going to bring Livingston to the plate. Lefty on lefty here.
Now batting is number
I mentioned earlier, Wes pitched a gym Tuesday night in Savannah. 4-2 victory, complete game.
We have one away and one runner at first.
Strike outside corner. That ball was actually over the plate. Look, might have been a little low in the zone, but good pitch nonetheless. This ball with a little wrinkle. Double play opportunity, but with Wes as quick as he is, it's nearly impossible. But they do get the lead runner. Again, fundamental baseball there. It's going to bring Newberry to the plate. Pitcher throws over to first, and our batter ain't even in the box. There is 2 outs. Big breaking curveball on the outside.
On deck, number 25, Caleb Houston.
Houston on deck for the Raiders. Just a bit outside there. High and outside. It's going to be 3-0 or 3-1? 3-0 is the count. We need base runners, but I'd rather Newberry just put a charge in one here. May have some. And he takes strike 1 over the plate.
Three balls, 1 strike, 1 away. Runner on first.
Swing and a miss on that outside corner. I think that would have been ball 4. But you got to protect that outside part of the plate because of the zone.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 away.
And he base hit to left field. Again, just maybe chip away here. Houston to the plate. He's got totes a big stick. Players a little bit shallow in right field and a little shallow in left.
Number 25, Caleb Houston. On deck, number 14, Jake Elrod.
Elrod on deck.
Followed by number
Again, if the base hit, we can get 1 run in here. That would sure help. And he swings on a late breaking curveball. Hits him on the back leg. We've got bases loaded with 2 outs. It's going to bring Elrod to the plate. And this young man's come through a couple times this season.
Now coming to bat, Jake Elrod. Followed by number 4.
Elrod being the designated hitter. Or is he in right field? He's in right field. I got you. Outside. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Raiders with a chance here. I tell you what, I'll take an error or anything here. Cadets have been solid thus far, though. Pitcher pours that one right down the pipe. 1-1, 2 outs. He works quickly. Might have been ball 2 there, a little high in the zone. But when you step in the box, you better be ready to swing because he's bringing it, and there it is. He gets away from the catcher. We're going to get 1 run in. Runners advance. And again, just chip away. We'll take them as we can get them. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty impressed with this young man on the mound. He's got it together now. I was told that he's, again, in that scouting report, even though he's a freshman, he's aware of everything that's going on. That quick throw over to third there. Now with a base hit, we're going to possibly plate 2 more, and you're talking about cutting this lead in half.
Now batting is number 14, Jake Elrod. On deck, number 4, Cooper Brown. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away.
And there it is. That's in the gap. Two runs are going to score. Red Raiders have chipped 3, chipped away with 3 runs here, 2 outs. It's going to bring Cooper Brown to the plate, the pitcher.
It's 3 runs. Now coming to bat, number 4, Cooper Brown.
And we did it the old-fashioned way. There was only one error for those 3 runs, and that was the pass ball by the catcher. Maybe the pitcher's a little frustrated here. Again, he works quick. Staying on that outside corner. Another one on the outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball's going to be popped up. Could be trouble. He squeezes it for the 3rd out, but nonetheless, I'm pretty proud of our Red Raiders coming back out, scoring 3 runs, scratching it out to cut that lead in half. It was pretty. We were all pretty down after that last inning with all the errors and the runs that were scored. But again, a new ball game here early, still at the top of the 4th inning. We're going to take a break. Be back in a moment. Top of the 4th inning. Dean to the plate. Carter Holton on deck. Cooper pours it in for strike 1. And what the Raiders will attempt to do here is not allow the Cadets to score any more runs. That's going to be the key. You come out and you cut that lead in half, you just can't afford to give them any more wiggle room. Another good pitch by Cooper. Who's going to make the call? It's like the catcher, and it is his ball, and he does make the play. That's Bennett Arney, another sophomore. And again, if you're just joining us, or whether you're listening in from Savannah or Raider Nation, we have a sophomore behind the plate. We have a freshman at 3rd, sophomore at short, junior at second base. I got a sophomore at first base, junior in left, junior in center, and a sophomore in a junior in right field. And there's a can of corn for Wes in center. 2 outs. And we have a sophomore designated hitter.
Coming to bat now is number 8, Ryan Picard. Number 16, Garrison Gunby on deck.
Picard is up to the plate with 2 outs. I think Cooper's thrown 3 pitches this inning and has 2 outs. This will be the last season we will face Benedictine in a region matchup in any sport. They were moved by the GHSA. They'll be moving up to 3A. Oh, he puts him in a bind. Catcher's going to toss it to first, get the third out of the inning. I tell you what, Cooper Brown just came in. He pumps his glove, fist in his glove, slapping hands with the coach. Good thing happened there. 3 up, 3 down for the Red Raiders as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Let's see if we can't tack on a few more. Be back in just a moment. All right, Anderson's going to come to the plate, designated hitter for the Raiders. The Raiders need to, again, just chip away. Don't need all three to tie it up here. Just a couple, 1 or 2 runs here.
2 strikes.
Set up way outside, and that's where he's going to throw it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
A little wrinkle there. Tough play by the third baseman. Pulls him off, but he tags him on the arm. Great play there defensively. Raiders trying to catch a break there, but unable to. Tell you what, it's a pretty good crowd here. I won't say a crowd, but a pretty good group of people here that made the drive from Savannah. Support their cadets. Ball inside. Smith. Michael on deck. The ball outside. I tell you, that ball's tailing away just a little. If it didn't tail, he'd probably get that call. But as a lefty, a lot of times that's what you'll see late. And there's a ball that's hammered up the middle for a base hit by Smith. It's just how the last inning started. Well, I take that back. There's one out now, but with no outs, had a base hit earlier, Cooper Brown.
Now batting for the Red Raiders, number 16, Mason Michael. On deck, number 7, Chase Kirkland. Number 20, Wes Livingston. Be thinking of that.
There's a attempted bunt, pops back over the catcher for. Mason Michael with a lot of speed. Outside pitch there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away, and 1 runner on first.
Ball fouled off brings the count to 2-2 for Mason.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, 1 runner on.
Foul ball. 2-2-1 across the board. Again, I want to thank our title sponsors individually here. Let's talk just a moment about Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply. Miss Lisa Coley. Anytime I've ever needed anything for, usually I stumble upon or come to these businesses and ask them to help us travel on playoff games, and this ball is lifted to shallow infield. Probably the fly rule's in effect there anyway, I believe. It's going to be the second out of the inning. But I came to these 3 individual businesses this year and asked them if they would, come help us with a 1 lump sum for the year, and they were glad to do so. And these again, all these individuals, businesses are just huge supporters of the youth, not just athletics, but clubs from FFA to home health care to Spanish club, to you name it, how they support the kids at our high school. And Miss Lisa Coley up at Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply does the same. And folks, if you've ever had a problem, I know they're closed on Saturdays now, but because they're open till early in the morning till 6 in the evening. But if you need something on a Saturday or Sunday, that's what a hometown business will do. They're there to help you out, and that's what she will do. And her staff, friendly folks up there. Again, I encourage you to shop local. Give them an opportunity before you go out of town and spend your money at a larger business or industry. And encourage you to support Coley's Electric and Plumbing Supply. We'll take a quick break and back in a moment. All right, who we got at the plate, Carson? Number
Think-
6.
I believe so.
Boy, what a great pitch on that inside corner. Just I don't know if you call that a slider. It just had a little bit of a wrinkle.
Batter's number 16, Garrison Gumby.
Another same pitch. Let's see if we can get a good throw to third, and we do.
Great
And a
play
nice,
by Trey Thomas.
Nice stretch there, and we did have a defensive change there on the infield. I'm glad you mentioned that. Trey Thomas, he's always even with football. I want to say true freshman. It's like I watched too much college ball. He is a true freshman in high school. And one of our young and upcoming pitchers as well. A little bit low in the zone. It's going to be 1-1.
One ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. One away.
Thomas fires over to third. Two good plays in a row by the third baseman here for the second out of the inning. I want to say a special thank you to Raider Nation, you subscribers that subscribe to our games. I know several years back when it went to a pay-per-view, I had some complaints by local people, and I didn't like it either. I really, because that wasn't what we ended up. I think why we started this broadcasting program 8 years ago was to necessarily generate money, at least from our subscribers. That ball's foul out of play. But I want to thank our subscribers because we do get, and I want you to know, we do get a reimbursement of a portion of your subscription. And that portion has been so helpful this year, specifically this year. I've had such great participation in my Technology Student Association with more students, and it just costs a little more money to go and travel and compete and do different things. And there's the third out of the inning there as Wes camps under it and makes that third out. But, for example, we just recently attended the Technology Student Association, or TSA's state convention in Athens. I carried twice as many students as I was ever had before. 11 competed in 6 different events. That's twice as many events we've ever competed in. I had 2 students place in the top 10 children's stories, which you literally write and illustrate a STEM children's story. This year the topic was related around communications. We did a audio book, which turned out, I thought, pretty good, and we'll be even better at it next year. We've got a 10th place finish out of the state there, and we also had an 8th place finish in dragster design. Young man, it's the first time we've ever done this as well. You design and literally build a CO2 dragster out of a piece of balsa wood with wheels and axles, and the wood itself, you paint it up. You stick a CO2 cartridge in the back of it, and you fire that thing off, and it goes up 65 feet in about a second. So that tells you that's around 38, 39 miles per hour. We did the math behind it as we teach a little physics with it. Got some math classes involved as well for a STEM activity at school. But I just want to thank these title sponsors as well as specifically the subscribers that allows us to get a little bit of money back every quarter, every 3 months, that helps us to be able to do the things that we can. So thank you very much for that. All right, here we go. Got Livingston back to the plate. Bottom of the 5th. 3 more at bats for the Red Raiders. Lead off. And He hammers this one into right center, but it's going to stay in the air enough for the left fielder to camp underneath. Again, only the third at bat for these young men. Newberry to the plate. Houston on deck.
Number 14, Jake Elrod. Be thinking of that.
This ball is chopped back to the shortstop. Another routine play there for the second out of the inning. Two outs now with the young Houston. Only a sophomore. He looks like he's a fifth-year senior on this team.
On deck, number 14, Jake Elrod.
Elrod on deck. Had the big single the last inning. Or excuse me, the inning before. This ball is hammered into left field. It's going back, way back, over the fence for Houston as he just turns on that guy. And you can tell when it comes off the bat. We're up here in the booth, and just a sweet sound. Solo shot, 6-4. A lot of bat speed there as that ball was on the inside half of the plate and smokes it. Here's Elrod, and I can't imagine this young man on the mound has given up too many home runs this season. He pours it right down the middle.
Now batting is number 14, Jake Elrod. Number 4, on deck, Cooper Grant.
Let's see if we can get something going here. Maybe that fired him up here. He's taking two good-looking pitches down the pipe. Ball is foul, nearly catches the lights up above us here. 1-2-2 across the board out there. Again, the Raiders with 7 errors in this game. 6 unearned runs. Got to think he's probably coming off the plate here. And he does, right back to the pitcher. Fires it to first for the sure out. But again, we chipped away. 4 runs in 3 innings we have scored. And that's all I asked for earlier. And just give us a chance here with two more opportunities to bat. We only trail 2 runs. We just can't give up anymore. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute on the NFHS Network. Sixth inning. Raiders need to shut them down here. See what we can do.
It's going to bring up John Thorpe for the Cadets.
Inside corner, strike one. Just a bit outside.
Now batting is number 20, John Thorpe. On deck, number 5, Garrett Hoy. Trent Broadnax. Who you thinking about?
Ball's going to be hit out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chopper to see if Trey can be 3 for 3, and he is with a great throw over to first. Ball just a little low in the zone. There's a strike. That outside corner kind of crosses the plate there. There's going to be a base hit. But they lead 6-4, and that I don't have it written down, but that can't be more than 4 base hits they've had the whole game. He just got his hand underneath there. Just a little bit snappier throw, and we may get him. Or maybe not a better, harder throw, just a little lower. Great play there by the Raiders. Make it close. And there's a good-looking bunt. And they do get the out. Ooh, boy, we make it look tough, I tell you what. But we'll take that second out. Runner advances to second. Looks like we might get a 22 is up to bat for the Cadets, and I'm not sure what the coach is going to do here. Chatting with the umpire.
Number 22, Luke Wheatstone. Luke Wheatstone. Batting for Long Dean, I reckon. Long Dean. Long Dean.
2 outs again here. Just trying to get out of this inning unscathed. A little high in the zone. If I were Cooper, I wouldn't worry too much about that runner. He needs to bear down on this guy here at the plate.
Number 19, Carter Fulton.
Bear down on this guy here, and let's get this third out and be done with it. There's a strike one over the high and away. I really like that little inside curveball that he throws. Going back away, judging by the catcher. And that's a good ball placement there. 1 and 2. I don't know anything back here, but if he's going to go away, he needs to go really away here, I think. As we've said, neither of the pitchers have really absolutely taken advantage of the outer part of the plate that this umpire appeared to be going to give them. And we got a pass ball.
Runner's going to advance to third.
Not me.
It's you. No, Kayla, you're so. Never mind, because I thought I said.
This ball is lifted into center field. Livingston should camp underneath, squeeze it for the third out of the inning. What a great play! What I tell you, folks, what great pitching by Cooper Brown, and it could possibly be unfortunate that he's not able to get the win tonight. But again, he's pitched well enough too. We just struggled that third inning. Just wow.
Out there in the nosebleed section. Thank you. All right.
We're going to take a quick break. Be back in a moment. It's possible. I mean, we got at least six more at bats. So I mean, just chipped away. We got them where we want them if we're going to come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 4,
Cooper Brown. Again, I was saying earlier, has pitched to Jim tonight. Unfortunately, had a few errors, but this young man's going to do everything he can right here to keep himself in the game. I don't know if this umpire's tightened his zone up on that outside a little bit, because that earlier in the game, that was a strike. 6 inches off the plate outside. And again, off the plate. 3 balls, no strikes. You got to think, I don't know, usually you're taking in this situation. He comes across the plate for strike one. 3-1 here. Let's see if Coop, what he can do here. Ooh, low and away for strike. It's going to be, this guy works fast, folks. You step in the box, you better be ready to go. Here it comes. Oh, and he hits him on the shoulder. What? We'll take base runners.
24, Dalton Anderson. On deck, number 2, Jacob Smith.
Got him on his left shoulder. And it sounded pretty solid. I think he's going to be okay. He gave him the thumbs up over near the dugout. Anderson, he comes to the plate and do, folks. This young man, he can tie this game up with one swing. He has that kind of power. I tell you what, I'd just like to see him rip one past the right fielder, because he's playing a little in. And when you're throwing the ball outside like that, that looked like a pitch of frustration there. I don't know. You know, this young man on the mound, he's looked solid and looked very mature for a young man on the mound. Very impressive. And a big cut by Anderson. And he pushes it foul right field quickly. 1-2 now the count. Maybe trying to overswing a bit. Just need a base hit. Ball comes way inside and gets away. Well, the ball, I think it's one of them plays where it's, in this situation we need everything we can get, but we definitely didn't need Cooper to get thrown out at second. So probably the wise choice there. And this ball is a base hit. There it is. We got a young man that can hit it in the trees, and he just scoots one through the infield for a base hit, and that's what we need right now with no outs. It's going to bring Jacob Smith. He had a big base hit his last at bat. So we're gonna scare him a little bit here. Let's see what can happen. Again, we don't need both runs here. If we can somehow scratch out one, we're gonna get a visit to the mound, and we're gonna take another quick break here. Be back in just a moment. Junk in with 2 innings to go. You ain't seen him before. Yeah, you'll struggle. All right, Carson, what you think, Bo?
Think we need to score some more runs.
That's right. That's a smart man right there. 6-4, no outs. Runners at first and second. Bottom of the 6th. Smith. Thomas on deck. Be Thomas's first at bat. He's played well defensively coming in as a sub at third base. And squares the bunt, takes ball 1.
Now batting number 2, Jacob Smith. On deck, number 12, Trey Thomas.
Ideally, if you could bunt this right down the third baseline. But he's going to first with it, and he ball comes out, and with new rules, everybody's safe. You got to maintain control of the ball in the glove, regardless if you tag him. The only reason they would have called him out if it looked intentional that he tried to swat the ball out, but he didn't. He was just trying to avoid the tag. Didn't get out of the baseline. He stayed where he needed to be. So now we have a freshman at the bat. We got a freshman at bat, bases loaded, no outs. Opportunity for the Red Raiders to come through here.
Just a great bump by Jacob Smith.
Ball outside.
And it's a ball outside.
And,
No outs and the bases are loaded.
And again, barring a disaster, striking the side out, something crazy, we should get one home here somehow. I don't know. I like a blame squeeze here. There's a chopper. That's going to get 1 run. That's going to be tough. Trey can run. They do get the 1 out at first. I tell you, what a great job this young man has come in as a substitute. Made a couple great defensive plays at third, and being able to tack on a sacrifice there to get a run home. 7-6. Excuse me. 6-5 is going to be the score. 6-5 is going to be the score. Ball is lifted out of play, thank goodness. Kirkland has an opportunity to help himself at the plate here.
Chase Kirkland is batting. Number 7, Chase
Ball outside.
It's the ball, outside. 1-1. One ball, one strike.
This ball is in the center field. Is it going to drop? And it does for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. The Raiders are going to take the lead. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, folks? Max Preps has Benedictine, the #1 team in AA, the Red Raiders, with an opportunity to go to the top of the 7th inning.
We know it. Just calm down. We get it straight.
Yeah, we got to have a little mechanical difficulty.
They
If you will, just relax, please. We'll take care of it. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We did not notice that. Yeah, like we did.
going to have another visit to the mound. 7-6 is the score. We got some local fans that are fussing about the scoreboard. We made a mistake and 7-7, and but it is 6-7. Red Raiders have tacked on another 3 runs here with only 1 out. Runners in scoring position, and take nothing away from this this pitcher that has been on the mound. You know, he's again. I've bragged on him the whole game. He's a solid-looking kid. He's young. Looks like we're going to have a righty come in for Benedictine. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to calm down a little bit. We got to score right. 6-7. Raiders lead here. Be back in a moment. All right, we're back to the top of the lineup. Raiders have come back with a vengeance here, scoring 6 runs in 3 innings, leading 7-6 over the Cadets. We have a runner at first. It's Kirkland, Livingston on at the plate, and Newberry on deck. Let's see if we can't pad this lead. Kirkland with a lot of speed, and he calls strike on it. Outer part of the zone there. This ball is foul. Wes hasn't really hit one solid tonight either. He's due.
No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Runner on first.
I don't know
West Livingston is back.
if I wouldn't have tested the guy's arm right on the first pitch with Kirkland running. Another outside pitch there. That's outside the zone. There's a base hit. Kirkland's going to make a turn but stop at second. 2 on with 1 out. Newberry coming to the plate. Still only 1 out.
Followed by number 25, Casey
Swing and a miss. Good pitch by that pitcher. He took a little off of it. Outer half of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Ladies and gentlemen, runners on first and second.
The new pitcher is Josh Kindred, number 2.
Another nasty little pitch there. Again, took a little off. Low in the zone. See if Newberry can make an adjustment here. And he's unable to. Ball outside. Good ball placement. It's going to be 2 outs. Houston coming to the plate. He solo home run his last at bat. And again, one run lead will do it for us, but sure like to have some insurance here with a big base hit. Ball is low. We'll find out what part of the lineup Cadets are in when they come back up. Another ball. 2-0-2 across the board. If I'm not mistaken, they're going to be close back to the top of their lineup. The top or middle part of their lineup. Well, it was a good-looking pitch. It was just low. I was thinking, oh, he's fixing to rope this one. 3 balls and 1 strike, and you got to think he's pitching around him just a bit with a base open. And I know that sounds crazy, but you got it. It just hits it nearly 400 feet, and he smokes this one down the line. But he's going to tag third for the force. Nonetheless, the Raiders tack on 3 more to take the lead here. In the bottom of the 6th, we got 3 outs to do the damage to the Cadets from Benedictine out of Savannah, Georgia. Be back in just a moment. Carter to the plate. 3 up, 3 down is what the doctor ordered. Brown comes inside a little low for strike 1. Don't want to dilly-dally here defensively. Good pitch on the outside. We're just not getting that call late in the game. Neither pitcher on either side. In times in the past, and this ball is hammered up the middle for a base hit. Times in the past, I would have just said, let's just throw strikes. Let's let the team hit the ball and let our defense do the work. But he threw that one down the pipe, and he drilled it right back up the middle, which is what they were looking for, a leadoff base hit. Picard to the plate now. I'll tell you what, a double play would make me feel better. I don't think we have a base-stealing threat. And he attempts to bunt. Would have been ball one, but it's going to be strike one. I want to thank our title sponsors again, Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply, Family Vision Care, and Andy Cawthon Auto Sales. Strike on that. Oh, no, we don't get the call. I tell you, I promise, folks, if you're just joining us, both pitchers were getting that call. He was ringing them up left and right earlier in the game. Yeah, this is not a base stealing threat here, I don't believe. I put all my might into this batter. And he gets the call there, very similar to the previous pitch, but we will take that strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, 1 on first.
Attempted bunt, foul, and the batter is out. And we'll take that. The runner has to come back. It was a foul ball, and when you foul on the 3rd strike of a bunt, it's an automatic out. So that's big for the Raiders there. Tomorrow, one more day this week until spring break for our school district. Tomorrow is Good Friday. Hope you have a wonderful Easter weekend. Ball high in the zone. 16 at the plate for the Cadets.
That is Garrison Gumby.
Just a little high in the zone.
Now betting is Garrison Gumby.
Well, here's where you don't want to put runners on. You know, I don't think Cooper's had a walk all night, and I don't want to jinx him. But you'd rather them put the ball in play and let your defense. This has popped up. Wes is camping, makes the play for the 2nd out of the inning. It's looking better and better for the Red Raiders in this comeback against the Cadets of Savannah.
They're 1 away from a victory.
And a sweep in region play in the regular season. I tell you, what a victory this would be for the Red Raiders after having 7 errors in the top of the 3rd inning. 7 in the top alone. Giving up 6 runs. Leading 7-6. Top of the 7th. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Can Cooper Brown go the distance? Just high and away. Low and away, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Whew. I think you got to throw him something here. And he does. He pops up. Newberry's coming up. Can he make the play? Yeah! He does! And the Raiders win. Raiders win. We take 2 from the Benedictine Cadets of Savannah. What a great game for this young team. All the errors. We come back. I mean, I'm telling you, all the air was sucked out of this place. The visiting folks over here were saying, why did we come all this way for this? The team over our home team was thinking, why did I make this trip for this? This is why you make the trip. This is why you hang around, is a 7-6 victory over a very quality state powerhouse team in the Cadets, and our young Red Raiders have went to Savannah and took one 4-2 and have come back and won for the ages really here against this team at least through the past 5 or 6 years. 6 years we've had to face them in our region, but just a great victory for this young team. Congratulations to Coach James and his staff. I want to thank all of Raider Nation for supporting us. Thank you for my subscribers, all of our title sponsors, Andy Cawthon Auto Sales, Kohler Electric and Plumbing Supply, Family Vision Care. Thank you so much for being a part of what we do. We're going to wrap this up. I hope you have a wonderful Easter weekend. We're going to be on spring break next week. We'll see you in a couple weeks with the next broadcast on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports, brought to you by BCTV Productions, a portion of the STEM pathway at Bacon County High School in our Engineering Technology Department. I want to thank Carson Taylor, who's here with me. You hear him interjecting. I need to let him do it on his own because he does such a great job. I want to thank him for being here and producing the show. And on behalf of myself, Brent Johnson, instructor at Bacon County High School, I want to thank you for joining us. Good night. Go Raiders, and God bless.